The Pokemon games have always had a dark side. Behind the cute, cheerful world of Pokemon lie tales of death and anguish. There has been disturbing entries in the Pokedex ever since Red and Blue, with each new version becoming more morbid than the last.
If you fly to Ula Ula Island and head to Tapu Village, there you will find a Pokemon called Snorunt. Snorunt usually evolves into Glalie at level 42. However, if you give a female Snorunt a Dawnstone, it evolves into a Frostlass. Frostlass lives in the snowy mountains and is a female-only species. It's said in legends to be the spirit of a woman who was lost in the mountains. The Pokedex entry for this Pokemon reads, "When it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them and takes them to its chilly den, where they become decorations."
If you go to Hau'oli Cemetery in Mele Mele Island, you have a chance of encountering Drifloon. Drifloon is a Pokemon said to be created by the lost spirits of Pokemon and humans. Due to its aimless drifting, Drifloon is known as the signpost for wandering spirits. After you catch this Pokemon, you can read the entry that says, "Stories go that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children."
If you go to Memorial Hill on Akala Island, you can encounter the Pokemon Phantump. Phantump is a spirit possessing a rotten stump that are usually found in abandoned forests. It's said that people who wander into its forests are led astray by the sounds of children's voices. This Pokemon only appears at the cemetery. After a few random Pokemon encounters, you'll eventually find Phantump. And once you catch the Pokemon, you can read the eerie Pokedex entry. These Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams.
On Ula Ula Island, if you go to Tapu Village, you have a chance of finding the Pokemon Absol. Every time Absol appears before people, it's followed by disasters, such as an earthquake or tidal wave. As a result, it came to be known as the Disaster Pokemon. Absol lives far away from civilization, because, as the Pokedex entry reads, long ago, superstitions were spread about it, saying it brought disaster. This fed a hatred of it, and it was driven deep into the mountains. There has been a lot of creepypastas that capture the fear of seeing an Absol and what it brings. A personal favorite is a creepypasta simply called Absol, narrated by Let's Read.
My whole life, I've been seeing them. It, rather. It's actually just one. And every time I see it, someone I care about dies.
In Ula Ula Island, on Route 14, you'll find an abandoned thrifty megamart. If you choose to go inside, you may run into a Pokemon called Mimikyu. At first glance, this Pokemon looks like Pikachu. This is just a disguise used to conceal its terrifying appearance. The Pokemon thought doing this would allow it to make friends with people and other Pokemon. The only exposed part of Mimikyu are the beady black eyes visible through holes in the body of the disguise. Once caught, the Pokedex entry reads, "Its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from shock."